Hello, my friends. Okay, so this is going to be the planetary weather report going forward for July 12th to 18th for Virgo rising or Virgo sun, but I prefer to say Virgo rising for this. And I really want to focus on July 12th, 13th, and 14th because that's when we are having this important piece of the sky that is happening that's like dominating the week, and it's really taking over the whole saga of what is happening this week, but even beyond that. So what is happening? It's Mars and Venus coming together, conjoining in the sign of Leo. So what does that mean? Mars is the god of war, strife, separation, and will. Your get up and go, and your call to action. And Venus is the goddess of love, beauty, harmony, bringing things together. Beauty, did I already say that? What you find beautiful in the world, pleasures, possibly money, and just goodness. So them coming together means this is a forming of like a blending of opposites. It's like a yin and yang kind of situation, or male and female coming together. It's also like a compromise or a reconciliation, or a this synthesis of will and desires, the bringing together of the action to get and what you want to get. It's also maybe just a sense of healing of opposites, or it could be forgiveness, or a sense of especially in Leo, like taking the higher position, taking the higher road, or being the bigger person, just saying, how can we work together? Because Mars and Venus have gone over the same point for the past few weeks that has been contentious and acrimony laden. So where was that happening? For you, all of this stuff, the Leo stuff, has been happening in your 12th house. So that means your place of, it's like a deep psychological dive into the motivations of you and things that you might store away that you don't want to deal with because there is no place for them in the world. They're not work, they're not money, they're not home, they're not partnership, it's not day-to-day activities. It's everything else that is not day-to-day activities that you want to warehouse away. And so that's like kind of taking the time to maybe go through that warehouse. Although it might be painful, it will be it could be even literally things that you have literally warehoused away. Like, why do I have all these things in my storage? Does this point to a bigger situation here? And I have a storage situation, but I won't go into that. So Mars went through that 12th place, kind of kicking up all this stuff and stirring up all the stuff that was settled on the bottom and kind of like creating havoc. And then Venus has just gone through that place saying, let's try to heal it. But now they're both coming together as a reconciliation or a compromise, a healing of opposites in that place. And I think, yeah, okay, that's really great. That's amazing. This is a time to say, things happening now are really giving you that special key that you need to just sort of unlock all the crap that's been happening, especially with regards to your 6th house of health, healing, of work or service that you do in the world, possibly hard work, service that you give that's it might not be about your job per se. It could also do something with pets or people that work underneath you. And also the area that it has been kicking up has been your 9th house of belief system, of ethics, of laws, of like how you see the world, the bigger picture of things, possibly higher education, or higher learning, or gurus, or spirituality, religion. The Leo stuff in the 12th has been really, holding the sword to all of those areas. And now there's this kind of reconciliation, compromise, blending, coming together, synthesis of opposites. And it is very good. And it's in Leo, it's having, shining, where's your individual place that you shine, and having that just like hang out and be fun for a moment. That is a good thing, but I feel that this is a bigger picture kind of thing. It's not just a key to what we've gone through in the past couple of weeks, from that late June to early July, all this crap that's been coming through. I feel like this is more of a turning point in the entire narrative from last year to this year. Why? Because I noticed that today's, the coming Mars-Venus conjunction is at 19 degrees, about 43 minutes, maybe 45, of Leo. And why is that important? Because the last eclipse we had in June 10th, was 19 degrees, 45 minutes of Gemini. And that means that this is an exact sextile to that point. And eclipses are major points. Eclipses are major turning points in the river. It's like you're on the river and then all of a sudden the river is going another way. Huge. We are also coming to the end of the Gemini Sagittarius eclipses that we've had for the past year. So this is big. A big final, one of the last eclipses in Gemini, new moon eclipse, happening exactly sextile to this point. That makes me think there's something more happening here. It seems like this Mars-Venus point is kind of getting like a little bit of extra sauce from that eclipse coming through to be like, hey, remember, or like a feather in the cap of like, hey, this was working, but now this, remember that? It kind of brings it up a notch. And I feel that what we are all doing right now is working through this bridge area of, we're not in the past and we're not in the future. We're going from one level to the next, but we're not in either one really anymore. And it's hard and it's frustrating. But I feel that we're at this turning point right now where the Mars-Venus stuff happening right now, and whatever you just went through in the past week, and this conjunction coming up right now might have the key being kind of glossed and maybe if it's a brass key or something, it's being like polished by the stuff from the eclipse, June 10th and 11th. And it will also maybe have a little bit of special decorative whatever from things that might happen August 10th and 11th when the sun goes through the same exact point. That the sun hits this Mars-Venus point, August 10th and 11th. That's going to be another little cherry on the cake of the cake, like kind of another little piece of the puzzle in taking us from last year to this year, or this coming year, when we start to get those eclipses in Taurus and Scorpio. And we're going to get the first ones happening in Taurus 18th of November. So and that will be your 9th house of the religion, spirituality, belief system, ethics. So, and then also opposite your third of day-to-day activities, day-to-day people in your world, like neighbors, siblings, learning on a lower level, like learning how to change your oil or something. Like, so not high learning, like I went to the university to get this extended degree. So those two areas will be the ones that are kicked off, starting now, but really when those eclipses are coming through starting in November into next year, that's going to still be magnifying that square that we're having with Saturn Uranus, your house of health, healing. It could be pets or people that work under you, hard work, service, and your place of spiritual belief system, religion, bigger idea kind of things, and ethics. And so that will be with us. Eclipses will be coming through to just really brighten that whole area up. But I see this Venus-Taurus turning point in the narrative right now being like, oh, I'm kind of starting to see, I might not be there yet, but I'm starting to kind of see something hidden that maybe was overlooked, of how I can get from the old level to the new level, old life to new life. The bridge seems to have a way to work with it, and I might have found a little bit more information on that key right here. So things that happened this week, 12th, 13th, 14th, things that happened on that eclipse, June 10th, 11th, 9th, 10th, 11th, things that are going to maybe happen August 10th, 11th. I would pay attention to all of these things because they're just helping you move from one world to the next, because we will still be dealing with this square next year with all of these eclipses coming on it too. So I think that's all I need to say. Yes, and I think it's good. And I will be back next week with more. All right, thanks.